Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 blind playthrough. And we are in Act 2. Apparently there were two acts to this game. I thought there was just one. But apparently there is, I'm guessing, 16 levels. We are at level 7. That is called something that I cannot remember. And in the last episode I was really struggling with the with the next room. This one, the rotating platforms. And I'm gonna shut up for once and try to focus, because I don't want to do like I did in Act 1 and just struggle trying to get from one checkpoint to another through more or less an entire episode. And yes, I do realize the irony of me saying that I'm gonna shut up and continue to talk. Ooh. That was pretty clutch. Oh. How depressing would that be if I had been able to get through that entire room and died, and would have died on this last jump. But now I have reached the checkpoint, so it doesn't matter, because at least we don't have to redo that room again. And this feels like one of those areas where you just run. No point in trying to take on the enemies. There we go. Of course, Hachi can eliminate the spikes. Just gonna take out the last ones. Even though I don't know how it works with the spike pits, but at least I know in this game spikes on the ceiling or stuff like that are not an instant kill, which I found to be quite surprising. Because anyone who has played these retro-style platformers knows that spikes usually means instant death. And there are usually no buts about it. But in this game they decided to be a little bit lenient, a bit more human to us players. See if we can work somewhat. You know what? I'll take that. That's okay that I fell down, because at least we got rid of that big gargoyle statue. So let's see how we are supposed to get further on upwards. Here Hachi's floating mechanic, whatever you want to call it, is really helpful. And there we got another checkpoint. Gotta love them checkpoints. I hope this is not the last checkpoint before the boss, because this room feels like it's quite a disgusting run back if you die to the boss. Let's see, Sangetsu is really low and we just got a small heart. That was the last checkpoint before the boss. And this boss is probably pretty amped up from Act 1, I would say. And that went quick. Robert can hit them. That is actually good to know. Because then we maybe just maybe can ignore the ones coming from behind. But do I really want to use Robert as pure cannon fodder? Because Robert has by far the weakest health bar out of the bunch. What we're gonna do is do a controlled death and restart. And I realize now that you saw what I did. We don't need to get into details about it. Okay, fresh start. Shoot that guy. And then switch over to... Or should we use... Let's use Hachi. Because he gives us a chance to do that. Then we use Hachi again to get out of the way of that thing. And hopefully... No, not being able to take out him before. Yeah. So let's see, this boss was a bit like the last boss in the first game, that we have those things coming in from the sides that have no distinct pattern. Not a fan of that mechanic. Wow. That was just nasty. Yeah, I'm not feeling confident, I must say. And the thing is, I think this boss had a phase 2 as well. And going in here with just 2 characters and a boss with amped up damage output and bullet hell attacks is not great. And also almost obscene health bar. She really takes a beating. Well, at least we got her down to half health. Can Sangetsu do the rest of the work for us? I think not. But these guys don't do much damage, which is a good thing. The really sad thing is that I only have one character left, and he's not even at full health. If I were to make it through this fight alive, I would be very much surprised. But Sangetsu's sub-weapon does an absurd amount of damage. So I think what we're gonna do here at the beginning, we're gonna take out this guy from afar using Robert's amazing reach. And we are gonna use Hachi to tank through this. I wanna get 50 weapon points. I'm gonna tank a hit because I don't care. At least some of our health back. Trying to get as much weapon points as absolutely possible. And switch over to Sangetsu. Try to put in as much damage as we can early on. And then maybe switch over to Hachi, and hopefully his health bar can just tank the rest of the damage. Might work great, might go horribly wrong. It's like, I hate the randomness of that attack. But we make beastly damage, and could have switched to Robert and kept Sangetsu alive for the next fight. That is also a strategy I'm considering. Just do as much damage as I can with Sangetsu and then switch over to Robert when he's getting low to maximize going into what I guess is the second phase. And having hopefully both Hachi and Sangetsu alive. Because Robert can be sacrificed. He can be used as cannon fodder in this fight. And I can't remember how phase 2 was. Oh shit. The boss has an absurd amount of health. We're just trying to maximize the damage we are putting in. I want to see phase 2 at least. Or maybe they are lenient and there isn't a phase 2. But of course there is. The Crimson Moon. Or isn't there? The boss didn't have a phase 2. Stage 8, the words she spoke. Oh my god. I can't believe I actually beat that. Oh my god, everything is moving so fast. The wind is blowing. I'm running and jumping. At least it doesn't seem like we're being chased this time. Maybe we'll be able to go through this level. In Act 1, you're being chased by this giant ball through this entire level. And it was extremely stressful to to be honest. The good thing was that you could fend it off. When you hit it, it did back off a bit. Not as much as I would have liked it to. But it seems that it isn't present here in Act 2. But I'm not gonna get overconfident, because who knows? It might be coming any second. Can I? No. Can't. No. Thank God for distanced characters. And I remember playing for Act 1 when I went into this room. I was really nervous because I felt that there most likely was risk of those lamps falling down or something like that, so I tried to get across as quick as possible, not taking into account the fact that I was being chased by, as I said, the giant monster ball. But those platforms are as solid as anything, so... But that is usually something that happens in this type of games. That whenever there are chandeliers or something hanging, you only have a limited amount of time to move across. Because you are too fat because of your awesomeness. So you pull down the lamp. It's a true story. These things. The Bloodstained version of the Medusa heads. Feared and hated by Castlevania players everywhere since 1980 something. I think. I don't think anyone who's played a Castlevania game is a fan of the Medusa head enemy. Because they control you, and in that game and also in this game, if you're doing the real thing, experiencing the real adventure and playing this on veteran mode, I bet you those Medusa heads can knock you back into death pits. I'm willing to state my reputation on it. Not that it's much of a reputation to state, but I'm betting you that's... I think they have knocked many a veteran player into those pits. And it would be quite interesting to find out whether... Because I do know that you have a limited amount of lives when you're playing this on veteran. I would like to find out how many lives you have. But we have reached a checkpoint, so I'm gonna end this episode right here and we'll venture further up in the next one. But as always, I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. And until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.